Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto. Today we're going to continue looking into the XRP breakout and go over some of the volatility we saw yesterday on the date 3/22, March 22nd. For those of you that have been following along, we made a video last week called Gematria Bitcoin XRP Pump or Dump. Get ready for 3/22. And now this was a really interesting thing because we were using Gematria to be able to find out when XRP would start moving up again. And if you watch our last couple videos, you can see how perfect we were able to figure that out. That being said, we're approaching 2,000 subscribers. I've mentioned in the last couple videos that we'll be doing a giveaway at 2,000 subs to have lifetime access to the Mastermind course. We'll be doing that giveaway sometime in the first week of April. And for now, the Mastermind course is currently on sale for the rest of the month. So we have about 7 or 8 days left with that sale running. And the giveaway we'll be doing in the first week of April. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe. Here on this channel, we go over technical analysis of cryptocurrency, and we use the Gematria code and numerology to tie all of this together. So the first thing is Ripple and Red Pill. We're getting the 76 and the 40. And that's exactly what Ripple is. They are the red pill to wake you up and understand what's going on with the banking system. We're also going to go into the chart and look at a little bit of the price action, seeing this beautiful W breakout continuing. And then yesterday we were showing how this downtrending resistance line has now been flipped as a support. We broke out of it with yesterday's daily close. If I go down to the hourly chart, you can see that we pumped above this red line, which was being a resistance, and then came back down to it and flipped it as a new support. You can see that we're building somewhat of a symmetrical triangle here, although I'm not really too concerned with that. So here on the 4-hour, we're definitely seeing multiple healthy 4-hourly closes around this 56-cent level. Like you heard me say in videos earlier, I wanted to see daily closures above that 52-cent level to start getting bullish again. And we achieved those 52-cent daily closures right after the 76th day of the year. So right now we're looking towards the 86th day, which will be March 28th, and also the date 4/1, April 1st. The big reason for that is because XRP equals the 1/4. So the 3/22 yesterday with the 22, and today would be the 23rd. This whole month for XRP would be important for me moving into April for sure. I did even make a video a while back discussing these ultra bullish targets for Bitcoin moving into March. And it was interesting how implementing the Gematria, we keep getting to this early April timeframe. And I would not be surprised to see April start out with a massive pump for XRP with the 4/1 date. So we'll see how that goes. The 14th week is another thing we were looking out for, sometime into April 12th. So essentially this whole time frame from March 18th till the 12th is the pocket of time that we're anticipating to see movement. We could even just put it at 23 days. That would give us even more confluence with the 23. So keep a lookout. We're now seeing daily closures outside of this downtrending resistance, and the breakout target of this particular symmetrical triangle is 77 cents. It would be beautiful to see 77 cents on the 4/1 date on April 1st. I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying that would be pretty incredible. Using Gematria to find out exactly where these prices will go and implementing the technical analysis on top of that as a team to really make sense of where these markets are headed. So let's go over into Bitcoin. What we saw yesterday was a nice move down, and I'm actually still anticipating a potential touch to the bottom of this parallel channel. So this parallel channel actually goes back as far as the election on November 3rd. And we can see that after it got above this median line, this heart line, it starts to pump to the top of the channel. Then it has a downsloping trend line coming to the bottom of the channel once it breaks below the heart line. So once it confirms the heart line as a resistance, it'll come down to the bottom of the channel. Then it repeats. It moves back up into the heart line, dances around it, and then decides to move to the top. Then it breaks down below it and it comes down to the bottom of the channel. And this has happened time and time again. What's different about recently, though, is this premature breakout to 62,000-ish on the 13th. Now, this was out of structure, but the reason this happened was because March 13th was the 1 year anniversary of the bottom of the cryptocurrency crash back when the Wuhan C word pandemic started. So on March 13th, Friday the 13th, which was the 72nd day of the year, again, coming back to Bitcoin with the 72 and market crash. And that's exactly what happened. And again, market crash also with the 117 and Bitcoin with the 117. So there's a lot of ties here that could have told us that last year on this exact date, we would have had that bottom. And what's beautiful is today, the whales, on this date, the whales moved up the price to a new high on that date to celebrate. And I know that's how they do it because they operate in ritual. And because it was a premature breakout to hit that certain price on that certain date, they knew that they needed to pull it right on back because the institutions bring the boat back to them and they'll send it off together and it'll go to the top of this trend line probably one more time. And then we'll see that continue potentially all the way until we start seeing a $100,000 Bitcoin, which according to this chart would be June 13th, would be the first time we would be seeing 100K according to this chart. Okay, so with that being said, this is working for now. It has been respecting this. And this date that we're experiencing today could be very similar to January 22nd, where we had this big red candle, then a nice big buyback, sideways, one final dump for the double bottom, and then kept it moving. Okay, so that's still in the cards, and we could go sideways all the way till, the end of March, and then start that exuberant move to the upside starting on Satoshi's birthday. We just have to see how it goes. Ultimately, though, I'm looking for that 72,000 to be hit in April. Absolutely, I'm looking for that to happen. I'm still very bullish on this whole market, and I think that this bull market is maybe only 60 to 65% done. There's still more juice in the fruit. So I'm going to get on to one that I keep getting asked about, Zilliqa. I'm very, very bullish on Zilliqa. It's one of my long-term holds. My average buy-in is sitting here around less than 3 cents. And the one thing to note, though, about Zilliqa is the all-time high is currently sitting around 23 cents, and we're about 40% away from that all-time high, 41 to 42% exactly. So that means there is a nice little chunk movement up, but most of the time when these alts hit an all-time high, they'll slightly hit their all-time high and then they'll get pulled back and create a bull flag and then they'll send off into price discovery. So this is still accumulation zone. As you can see, this was the last level of accumulation right back here. And after we dipped back in and pumped above, now we're back confirming that as a new support. So I think that this 15 cent down to exactly 15 cents is the support for Zilliqa. So anything around this 15 cent level is good for entries, not financial advice, but it is good for entries because that's most likely how this works. Although there could be a tiny little backup, and that backup would have been what I discussed in my mastermind about a week or so ago. I made a video just about Zilliqa, And I was telling people to set their limit orders around this level. And the reason being is because if you take the breakout level, which would be right here, and you pull from the breakout level to the top, which is this wick right here, you see that this pocket right here, the 618 to 786, that's a pretty solid place to re-enter. So, not financial advice again, but it worked out really well because after that video was made, we had two nice wicks down. It would have filled most of those limit orders, and then it pumped right back up. And now we're coming above back to confirm this level as a support. So that's the technicals on Zilliqa, but in terms of the long term, I'm really bullish on it long term because it already has a solution for sharding, which is something that I guess ETH 2.0 is trying to figure out, but Zilliqa's already got that taken care of. And again, with GZIL, governance ZIL, which you earn for every 1,000 Zilliqa that you claim while you stake ZIL, you earn 1 GZIL. And those GZILs, when I got my first GZIL, it was less than $100, and now today it's sitting above $400. So it's going to be extremely scarce, and it's a project that I'm looking to basically probably hold my GZIL forever, wait till it gets so damn rare that it's in the tens of thousands potentially. That sounds crazy, but that's how bullish I am on this project. And then, take profits on that then, because it's really not my money. I've just been earning it by staking. So with Atomic Wallet, you're getting about 17%, 15 to 17%. Like, I mean, you really can't beat that when it comes to staking. And then on top of that, you're getting 1 GZIL for every 1,000 ZIL you earn. It's like a double whammy, you know? So, I mean, just to have like a little trend line, this is like pretty much what you're seeing right now. Again, there is potential for it to pull back into this region right here and then continue to the upside. And I'm going to leave it at that. I already discussed a couple of other projects yesterday, and I went over XLM, and I was getting excited about XLM because it looks like it's ready to do that little dip down that it likes to do before it gets sent off, like it did right here, and like it did right here. It's still just sideways right now, and it's not popping off the way that XRP is popping off, so that's really interesting because typically they follow together. So I'm anticipating there is a potential for this 236 to be broken, potentially come down to like right here, and then have that move up like it always does, as you can see right there, and then right here. And that's the buy-in right there. Once you get anything below that 236 fib, that's pretty much where I would be setting entries. Again, not financial advice, but that is the technical structure that XLM likes to keep replaying. And XLM's all-time high is sitting at 87 cents, if I remember correctly. So we still have like, pretty hefty amount of room to go. We're looking at about a double, 120% to the upside. And if we get it in below that 236, you're tacking on upwards of almost 140%. It's a really solid move. Again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. This isn't financial advice. But that's an entry on on XLM that I'm looking to make. So besides that, the dollar index is absolutely pumping today. Bonds are coming back a little bit, and the market is still looking really healthy. I've been hearing a lot of emails lately of people saying, oh, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash. Like, I don't know where they're getting that from. I wouldn't pay attention to anyone saying those sorts of things personally, but that's just me. It's a bull market. During a bull market, you're going to have exuberant moves and very volatile pullbacks. That's just the way it goes. And we're still in a bull market. Doesn't matter what the economic situation is. It doesn't matter what our GDP is. It doesn't matter how poor the economy is doing. When the economy is poor, there's more money being printed. And when more money is being printed, the market is given infinite liquidity to play their game. That's why we need to play their game with them, take advantage of their game. And we could do that a lot easier once we understand the Gematria code. So with that being said, if you guys like the content and you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Again, Mastermind is on sale for the next 7 or 8 days, and then we'll be increasing the price. doing a giveaway at 2,000 subscribers. And if you guys have any questions, leave some comments in the description box, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Peace.